There are 3 lanes in League of Legends Wild Rift, such as Baron Lane, Middle Lane or Mid Lane, and Dragon Lane. These 3 lanes are connected by jungle area. Each lane are designated for a specific champion role to play in. Baron Lane. Baron Lane is recommended for fighter, assassin, or tank champion to play in. Playing in Baron Lane required patience playstyle, focus on winning early game farm, then dominate in the mid and late game instead of looking for early fight against your opponent. Best Baron Lane champions to pick, based on playstyle and lane dominance: Malphite, Garen, Jax, Yasuo and Camille. Mid Lane. Mid lane is recommended for mage or assassin champion to play in. Playing in mid lane is highly depend on skill shots, and ability to outplay your opponent with skill combo and more. Best mid lane champions to pick, based on playstyle and lane dominance: Ahri, Lux and Ziggs. Dragon Lane. Dragon Lane is designated for marksman and support champion to play in. It is a dual lane. Playing in Dragon Lane required teamwork, either you are a marksman or a support. The main goal is to win the lane. There are non-stop action in Dragon Lane, include early game brawl, jungle gang, and more. Best Dragon Lane champions to pick, based on playstyle and lane dominance: Camille, Fiora, Garen, Jax, Malphite, Nasus and Tryndamere. Jungle. Jungle is not specified as a lane but is an area that has camp with monster for jungler to play in. Playing in jungle required high map awareness so that you know where and when to gank or help your teammate at the right place and the right time. Best jungler champions to pick, based on playstyle and dominance: Gragas, Graves, Jax, Olaf, Master Yi, Shyvana, Vi, Xin Zhao and Lee Sin. Jungle neutral monsters and buffs guide. The jungle consists of monsters that gives buffs, gold and experience to junglers. Blue Sentinel. Defeating the blue buff will grant its killer the Crest of Insight buff, which will restore your mana and energy periodically. It also restores health when you are out of combat. Red Brambleback. Killing the red buff will grant its killer the Crest of Cinders buff that will give your attacks slowing effects and true damage. Rift Scuttler. Killing this monster will grant temporary vision of the river. You also get additional movement speed when you walk past by it. Screer's Bloom. Attacking this will allow you to see areas of the map covered by the fog of war. Honey Fruit. Drops 5 fruits on the ground for 30 seconds. Walking on a fruit restores 6% maximum mana plus the greater amount between 3.5%. Blessed Cone. Attacking this will knock you and all nearby units away from it. Elemental Dragon. Elemental Dragon will respawn in the 4-minute mark. Defeating this will grant you and your team with buffs that last until the end of the match. There are 4 types of dragons: Cloud, Infernal, Mountain, Ocean and Elder. Cloud Drake has the fastest movement and attack speed, delivering high DPS to single targets while being better at chasing than other dragons. Cloudbringer's Grace buff gives 40% ultimate cooldown reduction, ignoring the CDR cap. Infernal Drake deals AoE attacks, but can otherwise be considered the most generic of the elemental drakes. Infernal Might buff gives 16% attack damage and ability power. Mountain Drake has slow, AoE, hard-hitting attacks. It has the greatest armor and magic resist of elemental dragons. Its significant toughness makes it harder to secure, giving the opposition a longer opportunity to contest. Mountainous Vigor buff gives 24% armor and magic resistance. Ocean Drake's auto attacks slow the target's movement speed by 30% for 2 seconds. This limits its target's ability to disengage quickly, making it more vulnerable to ambush. Oceanic Will buff restores 10% of missing health every 5 seconds. Elder Dragon is a much more powerful caliber of dragon, requiring multiple champions to secure quickly. Aspect of the Dragon buff gives a temporary team-wide neutral buff granted by the Elder Dragon. Damaging enemies causes them to burn 75 to 225 true damage. Rift Herald. This monster will respawn at the 6-minute mark. Killing Rift Herald will allow you to summon it in a lane to attack enemy turrets. Daranasher. Daranasher spawns at the 10-minute mark of the game. Defeating this monster will give your whole team the Hand of Baron buff, which will increase your damage, reduces recall channeling time and will enhance nearby allied minions. Smite. To upgrade your Smite, you need to clear 4 camps of monsters. After upgrading into Blue Smite or Red Smite, you can now cast it to enemy champions. Blue Smite inflicts slow to enemy champions. Red Smite deal increased damage to enemy champions.